What are the signs of kundalini awakening? So I noticed that a lot of people are under the misconception that a kundalini awakening needs to be some type of explosive energy that's destabilizes you, and it's something that can be harmful, or something that can bring about some type of higher awareness or awakening. And yes, this is true in some way, but there are many other ways that it's awake, and people are not aware that it's awake, because these are subtler signs, and important for people to understand this. So I'll discuss that my viewpoint in this video, with my extensive years of practicing, as well as teaching, practicing over 50 years and teaching for 44 years in yoga. And I just would like to ask you a great favor. If you like the contents of my video, please remember to also like and subscribe to my channel. This will greatly help to get me to reach out to more people. And for those who don't know me, I am Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer on a master level, with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments, especially alleviating the adverse effects of involuntary Kundalini awakening. I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching for 44 years. In that period, I've studied under various masters from different schools of thought and other fields and cultures of spirituality, not only the yogic sciences, um, and gleaned out what I felt was, the most powerful or important components, and uh, adapted and created my own protocols adapted for the 21st century, making things much easier, quicker, faster, and results orientated. To that end, I've got students in over 100 countries, and one of my favorite protocols is the 5-minute yoga and meditation protocol that I created, which you can download for free in exchange to subscribing to my blog by visiting my website, Yoga Wellness 786. You can download it there, and you can also get further information on my services. Also, remember, my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, this fallacy that, the Kundalini there has to be some, you know, overt sign, or, energetic coursing through your body, or destabilizing effect, or something, that is very noticeable, and suddenly you can notice, the difference between yourself and, as the observer, and the mind and the body, and you're getting a different perspective and so forth. These are overt signs of the awakening of the God, but there are also subtle signs, and this is what is very deceptive, and people don't know that it's awake. And some of the subtle signs are, you start to feel or go into the alpha state of mind. You notice you're no longer in the regular disturbed state of mind. So you don't observe the transition, because the transition happens gradually, and you just feel that you are a little bit different, that you are a calmer type of person, but you are doing some type of yoga practice, right? Then you get some people who is not doing any type of yoga practice, right? And they are different. They are more, we'll say, centered and more focused in what they do, especially people who are musicians, right? And who are artists who can, paint, right? And also academics, right? And also athletes, right? Who's involved in some type of, disciplined, regular practice, right? And even regular people, you are a disciplined person. You get up, you have your workout routine, and then you got your working, you have your tasks during the day, you have your schedules, And then after your schedule, you follow a certain protocol. You go to bed at a certain time. You notice you are, more disciplined, than regular people. You follow a disciplined regimen. And this is also a subtle sign that the Kundalini is awakened. So if you go and do some type of practice like Tai Chi or martial arts, you will progress, quickly. You'll latch onto it and you'll make, good progress, right? Not necessarily better than others, but you'll be making, good positive progress, and you'll be able to maintain that discipline. So this is a sign that it is awakened in you, right? So you are not, it's like something that comes and awakens your higher consciousness as a human, bringing you to a higher level of functionality, meaning someone who is more um, like a mentor, to yourself, right? Not necessarily mentor to other people, but you following a life like a more ideal type of life, right? Where it is very difficult for regular people to just be as disciplined as you, and you may feel there's nothing extraordinary about you. You got your flaws, and you've got your mistakes, you've got your vices, and you feel that you're a normal human being, right? And of course, everyone is normal. We're not saying anyone's human or not human if the Kundalini is awakened, but as you're becoming more and more, we will use the word civilized. It may be inappropriate to use that word because we're saying majority of people is uncivilized, which is can be true in some cases, where there is people committing all types of horrendous, activities and crimes and selfishness. That's another sign. People who's like, very giving and caring. These people are people whose Kundalini is active. And people who don't believe in spirituality, right? They got no belief whatsoever. I've got a friend, he's very pragmatic. He's got, I mean, he's very dignified. He listens. He doesn't say, I don't believe in it, and so, but he will not practice anything in the spirituality field. And he's not even interested in listening to such stories and talks. He's only interested in doing what is logical, and what is normal, right? But he's a very caring, selfless person. And if he can't help someone, it pains him, that he couldn't help. And he is generally very honest, right? And he will not lie or deceive someone, right? And he's not someone who is very successful as well, he's failing in a lot of things in his job and unemployed, and difficulty with a lot of things, and really frustrated and trying to find a way, find himself how he can find a way to come out of his his rutted financial situation. But I am 100% certain his Kundalini is awakened because he was a client of mine as well. And all his chakras are unblocked, right? So it means if you were able to observe the colors of the chakra, this is not something that you can see. Not everyone can see the colors, right? If you say, okay, I can see green, now I can see blue or light blue and so forth, where they can see it in the mind's eye, but the third eye is open. The third eye to to work in any level, your Kundalini has to be awakened, right? So what does it mean? If your Kundalini means you are one of the rare people that has got the opportunity to advance yourself and awaken the full capacity of your brain. Your brain is working on power saver mode. You are 100%, in my opinion. There's no one can deviate because I've got so much of scientific backing from analysis, that we are not using 8 to 10%, actually a fraction of a percentage of a brain, and to awaken to 100%. What a massive difference, how easy life will be. And what percentage of people do I feel the Kundalini is awakened currently in society? I would say definitely over 90% of people, definitely over 90%, maybe 99%. Because I can observe this when I'm doing chakra unblocking. For over 90% of the people, it's easy. Within one session, I unblock all the chakras because they can see the light. If they see all the different lights of each color, of the chakras, means the chakras are completely unblocked, and of course means that the kundalini is also awakened as well, because you can't see the light without it being awakened. And this happened just in one session. There are very few people, probably around 1%, maybe reality up to 10%, but I feel like around 1%. It takes a very long time to unblock the chakras, right? Um, so I did experience. I mean, this one person said that his kundalini is awakened and is very pragmatic and so forth. I did the chakra unblocking. Yes, on the first day he saw, the first, I think the first four colors, right? And just the other three colors just was not coming, right? And try as we may, it was not coming, and that wasn't because his kundalini not awakened. There was some physical blockage due to accident trauma in his past, and I had to do an energy massage to remove. When I felt his back, I felt the problem, and after I removed it, the balance, unblocked immediately. So there was just a blockage caused by a physical trauma, but his kundalini was, awakened, and it's in a very mild form and not harmful. It's just in rare cases it becomes harmful, right? Because yes, there are hundreds and thousands of people who have involuntary kundalini awakening that goes wrong, right? They go like insane and pain in the body, in you know headaches, excruciating headaches that doesn't go away. Medication doesn't assist them, and they're going for counseling and psychiatric help. Some of them are even getting institutionalized, right? But compare a few hundred thousand to 8.4 billion, right? So let's say zero point 0.4 billion, the kundalini not awake, 8 billion is active because society is progressing naturally towards enlightenment. Even if people don't practice yoga or meditation, you're going to naturally, because evolution is a process that is active. Everything is evolving. You are a product of evolution, right? You are evolved. Even if you look at 100 years ago to today, society, civilization has evolved so much. There's so much of technological advancements. Life is so much easier, and in terms of technology and mobility, as well as being able to perform tasks. So there's no need to perform hard labor anymore, like the olden days. We have machines to do things, and we have computers, and we have AI that can give us information at the snap of a finger. So the human intellect is definitely evolving, right? And it means something is evolving in the spiritual. They call it a spirituality is evolving, right? They're just using different terminologies. So because it's a corrupted word, and the regular people who are pragmatic don't like to use the word spiritual. They don't believe in spirit. Prove it to me, show it to me, bring it under the microscope, and all the stories, right? But the proof is that you are more advanced in the way in which you think and so forth. So even these days, they see, it's quite uncommon. No, it's not uncommon, where people observe, students, they're not studying, not going to books and so forth, and they're writing exams and the past exam. I don't see ever opening a book. How come? Said, who reads books anymore? We listen to them. Because now you have a program that can read the ebook, right? It reads it out for you, and you listen to it. It's so much easier than trying to read, and the thing, you have it read out to you, and repetition is going to go into your head, right? The knowledge, and you can learn that way. It's a different way of learning, and communication is so much easier, right? And even not only is the technology advancing, you notice the children of the current day is far more advanced than children in previous generations, right? So especially me now, I'm 56 years old, and I know how we were as children, and my daughter, 11-year-old daughter, she's very bright, and this is normal among children. Say, but this is why you do this, why you do that. I don't think really. Do you believe? They ask types of questions is, how come, do you trust the AI? You speak to the AI so much, do you trust? And I even said, look, I've got so many views. I'm developing. I opened a new channel in YouTube, and now I'm starting to get like 100 and 140 views and 170. She said she's 11 years old. She said I got 1,700 followers, right? And views, right? I said, oh my God, she says just do this and do that, and you're the thing, so. They're very in tune with everything. 11-year-old child can teach, adults these days, right? Children have got more knowledge on technology and everything and advanced more than, people who are, over 50 years old. So the fact that I'm using AI, using technology, using, social media to, and, unique strategies, cutting edge strategies, in my advertising campaigns and, AdWords campaigns and, following all the strategies. The people in my generation don't know all these things, right? They just know how to make a call or receive a call, send a message, receive a message. They don't know, about manipulating and using AI or, using, modern online strategies for scaling your business, right? That you don't have to, do things the old way, brick and mortar businesses, the old fashioned type of business. Those businesses are all dying off, right? It's very difficult to survive those type of business. You have to be on the online. People who are in the teens are making, thousands of dollars every month, $10,000 a month. It's people in the 15, 16 years old are making that type of money, online with drop shipping, using Shopify and using online strategies and easily, able to get followers. They're on TikTok and they easily can, sell products and make money easily, right? So this is a sign of Kundalini awakening, right? So all you need to do, you can deny it all you want, or you can harness it and take control of it and raise it to a level, develop to a level where you awaken the full potentiality of your brain from around less than 1% potential to 100% potential within a short space of time, within a 2 3 year period, right? Maximum 5 to 10 years. So people may say, oh, well, this is a long period. How many years do you spend in school? 10 years, 12 years, right? How many years do you spend in university to get a PhD? You're spending an average of 13 years to reach PhD level. Yeah, I'm just saying. So 13 years for a PhD, 12 years, for your schooling, 25 years you're spending this, you are developing your brain from one, from 0.3% to 0.5%, right? Not even going beyond the 1% mark, right? You just becoming a big fish in a small pond, right? I'm telling you to become a killer shark in the ocean, right? This is what, if you manually take this practice. And of course, my methodologies is following, more pragmatic or along scientific lines, so to speak, because these are proven methods, that are being used. But to bring about, mine is not about theories, is results orientated, right? I've spent the last almost 50 years refining and adapting and simplifying and finding out all the hidden secrets and bringing it into protocols to make things much easier, faster, quicker, and results based. So it is not uncommon for my students to have an out of body experience within 1 to 2 days. How is that possible? Right? That was like mind blowing. I'm teaching this science, right, for 44 years, and 44 years ago, it was inconceivable that people are going to have an out of body experience. I didn't even know that term existed, that time, right? And now it happens so easily, not because I am so amazing. No, it's people's generally the kundalinis are all active, and they don't know it. They just want to. They feel there is something more. When you feel you're not satisfied, there's something more. You feel like you're frustrated that you're not making ends meet. You're going to work. It's like you're going in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, and you are not even able to support, you're struggling to pay for your accommodation. It's hard for you to even rent a room, privacy, leave alone an apartment, right? To have a privacy, of your own. And this seems to be a luxury, if you're going to be in any major city, to have your own independent, not only a room, to have your own independent partition, your own private space within a room where they make partition. It seems to be a luxury in modern, city these days. So obviously, everyone is dissatisfied with the way in which things are set up. There's a better way. Of course, your brain is saying no, and of course there is a better way. So what better way than to utilize this hidden friend that you have that can awaken from? It's not a person, right? It's just a tool that can help you awaken the full um, ambit of your brain, and it doesn't have to blow boom suddenly 100%, from a fraction of a percentage to 1%, from single digits to double digits, and then from your teens, and then your 20s, your 30s, and your 40%, and life is starting to get easier, your creativity is improving, you're finding better and better solutions, and you're cracking the puzzle, right? And you getting ahead, and not let a man-made item, right, a man-made creation like AI seem so much better than a human created it. Means the potential of a human, just of course now AI seems to be far, there's no human brain with that type of intelligence level, right? It is like in exponentially more intelligent. It's got the intelligence of a million experts, right? In one AI, right? Especially the general AI has got the intelligence of 1 million experts. So the so-called experts and all are soon to become obsolete, right? And so you need now, by force you have to, if you don't use this tool to awaken your true potential, you're going to be left behind. And many people are coming nearer to it, right? And a lot of people are practicing mindfulness, and they awakening, more centeredness, more focus, and succeeding, using it as a, and they're not talking about it because they don't want everyone to know. They feel they don't want competition. They want to be above everyone else. How can you succeed? The only way is they believe that other people has to be failing, and you has to be the only one succeeding, right? And that's how you can dominate. So that selfishness is there. But there are many people who know these secrets. So, what are the signs of Kundalini awakening? Forget it. No need to ask that question anymore. Just assume by default your Kundalini is awakened, right? Now you just need to develop it. If you don't develop it, you're going to feel very, very uncomfortable in life. You're going to get very stressed. You're going to get anxiety. You're going to get depression, because this thing is awakened, it's troubling you. Before, people were not depressed now because they was not awakened to this higher consciousness. They didn't feel there's something better. They felt just going to the mind, digging, coming back home, and just dropping, having a meal, and just dropping unconscious into bed, getting up next morning, early morning, going back to the mind. And all. They felt this is life, right? Now, who will accept that as life? Never, right? Because your higher consciousness is already awakened. Everyone's, they say awake, awake, awake. Those who saying they're awake, they just found a way to go, to the next level more, right? To harness that by some accident or some strategy that they are following, right? Some type of discipline. Of course, it's gonna awake because it's already awakened, right? So I hope that information helps you. Take care of yourself always.